Michael.
My name is David.
And we are here at our Enter the Battlefield Premier Legacy event.
Oops, sorry.
At Enter the Battlefield Oakville. We are going into round
6.
Round 6 ahead of us. This round,
Right.
and one more
Round 6.
before top 8.
Yes.
Yeah, round 6. We have had some amazing games. We just had, what were the 2 decks that we just had here?
Painter versus Nadu Breakfast. And it was, it was very much back and forth. There wasn't a second where we're like, someone's going to just it's a full blowout. It was like, back and forth. Pyroblast, Hydroblast, welding in and out, what's his name? Painter Servant, Grindstone, all this stuff. So it was, it was great. But going on that, we have a...
Kind of a powerhouse matchup, I feel like.
I was just going to say that, because we have Boston, which was the previous from I believe it was last season, like the 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
King of the North. And we have Conrad, which we just had on chat for a quick little chit-chat prior to this round.
Lines up great.
He's the current King of the North right now. So we're going to watch them duke it out. And we're going to see how they do. Because I know they've played many times at locals. They've played at tournaments at our 1Ks and et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to see how they go today at a 5K. So this is, I believe they're both 5-1.
5-1? Okay, so they
Right.
each lost 1.
Sorry, not 5-1. 4-1.
4-1? 4-1, yes, because
Yeah.
this is round 6.
Yes, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
4-1.
Right? So
This matters.
This matters for, this is the fights for the win and in. So it's in for the in and in.
Yes.
I want to call it, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, in. Right?
To try to get in.
Just like a sea enemy.
That's it.
So they're going to duke it out. We're going to see who wins, and we'll have some fun at the same time. We will get decks in a split second here, and we'll see who's going to win the dice roll.
Boston, known for playing, I'd say, probably Delver decks or just whatever's meta at the time. The top tier, S tier decks, right? He's been on the Pro Tour, right? He went to the last one in the States.
Yep.
The standard draft, all that stuff. Hoping to continue that of getting back onto those circuits. So definitely a formidable player in our area. We're thankful to have strong players in the Southern Ontario or Ontario, even Canada area, right? Yep. And Conrad is one of these people as well.
Yes, as he attributes. The reason why he was able to make Legacy of the North King of the North was because of me. I was driving him to all the 1Ks and 2Ks and stuff like that. That's what he was saying. So that was nice to hear that. But again, it is the greater community all coming together, bringing people around. Again, we're all able to get to locations. So if we have a car, if we can carpool, whatever the situation is, and we get them out there, more power to all of us as long as we can get out there and play. All right.
Are these the same decks?
I literally did we see a mirror match when we looked at the deck list here?
Maybe. I just saw a little bit of a snapshot in between. Tell me a little bit about Boston's deck. What is this? This is
Blue-Black Reanimator in this case. So again, we have...
This is a pretty new deck, right?
I would say so, yeah. It's got the Atraxa and Archon, so those are the one-ofs that I guess are fairly new, right? We have 4 total Khazad-dûms, 2 Murktides. In this case, we are more on the Murktide plane, which is pretty sweet. Compared to, I see no Bowmasters or Tamio in the main deck, which, again, that's more of a tempo plan and stuff like that. So, game 1 is ASAP, go as fast as possible, get the Reanimator creature into play, right? Again, standard, Reanimates, Force of Wills, Thoughtseize, Ponders, Daze, Brainstorms, Animate Deads, the whole 9 yards. When it comes to Conrad's deck, there is a bit of a difference. There is a higher number of... Actually, I lied. They're both playing the same number of Brazen Borrowers. There is one special card called Volgavoth, Terror of Eaters. Let me pull up this card because this is definitely going to break the mirror.
This looks like me if I wake up too late and I need to go to work really quick.
Really?
Yeah, man. You gotta go quick,
Do you look like do you look like a big worm thing?
Yes.
Oh my god, I can't spell.
Crawl out of my little cocoon, right? Gotta run to work. Get ready to teach. We got lots of things.
Can I spell Valgavoth? I can't spell Valgavoth.
That's okay. We will. VALGA.
Nope.
Valga.
Hey, we got it.
Nope, the big one.
We got it. We're gonna quickly show.
What is this?
Bang. This thing. Second here. This card. This is definitely gonna break up the mirror. because it is basically a large Dauthi Voidwalker that lets you pay life to cast spells that are exiled underneath it.
Dang.
And itself has lifelink and flying. And Ward, which is sack 3 non-land permanents, which is pretty hard to do, especially if you don't have Bowmasters in the main deck, especially, right? So this is definitely going to be a card that's really going to turn the tides a little bit between the two.
A Canadian turning point.
A Canadian turn, yeah, exactly. But again, this is a mirror match, so the variance and the skill is basically what's going to determine the winner of this mirror match here.
Yeah, and both players are really going to watch out for animating dead something else of their own creatures, right, or their opponent's creatures. I was chatting with some other players, right, in between rounds, talking about, the Stifle Knot player got Thoughtseize, and he was like, oh, well, and they took their own Dreadnought. He was like, oh, well, I'm not too worried about that. Lo and behold, he did have, what's it called?
Reanimate,
dress down piece, and got him the 9 yards. Right,
really,
so a lot of little things happening, but if there's a creature in the bin, they're gonna have to make sure that they reanimate their own pretty quickly. And here we go.
And exactly what I was gonna say. So we have the Self-Entomb of Troll, getting some lands. Again, nothing too out of the ordinary here. We've all seen these standard plays with the Troll Swamp Cycling to put them in the bin and then reanimating the Troll. So. But the biggest thing is that you can't leave a creature in your own graveyard for too long, because your opponent will eventually reanimate your creature and keep theirs in their deck, right? So by Conrad immediately Troll Cycling, Swamp Cycling, and then reanimating the Troll, it at least guarantees that it's going to be in play, all right, to a start.
They might both be trolling it out in just a minute here.
Yep,
and
here we
look
go.
at that.
Troll Mirror, but Conrad is on the play from what I gathered, so we should have an advantage on that front, but we will see here. We are taking a whole whack of life. Sounds like a plan.
From early on, too, it looks like Conrad, within the Thoughtseize, got rid of... Is that a Brazen Borrower? Yeah, Brazen Borrower
most
for one of the earlier cards that Boston had. I'm wondering here, Dave, we've talked about the bans. We said we postpone it. Now we kind of have one of the best decks. And what people are thinking of what could see a ban. I listened to some podcasts. They've talked a bit about what they think, right? When we had Psychic Frog, it was probably 2 cards that may need to come out of these lists to really kind of, quote-unquote, fix it without hitting a pillar. Mm-hmm. I'm on the side of Bosch and Roll. Love the content that he puts out. Big shout-out to him. I'm kind of in the idea of Troll, of being one of those pieces that seems... If that's out, it feels like it can kind of help some of our problems.
And going on that, we can clearly see right now that no one's casting Entomb, no one's cast Animate Dead. I'm trying to think of the other card there. Again, we're not playing Zoom, but so the only cards that have been really seen that are causing this particular game, this path of the game that you're doing, is Reanimate and Troll Khazad-dûm. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can get rid of Reanimate, because that is, as other people have said and people are saying still, is Reanimate is what makes the format legacy, right? It's something that makes the format itself. Daze, Reanimate, Force of Will, free counters, cheap combo-y type pieces. That's what makes legacy. Troll, it's basically breaking it down to if you have a Troll, you have a free Entomb that also gets you a land. And then you can reanimate it, and it's essentially unblockable. Unless you have, like, Bowmasters or a Tamiyo in play or something like that. So, it being gone would probably hurt the deck, but it would still just make the deck more of a blue-black reanimator without the tempo-y type pieces of this Troll, right? Mm-hmm. And let's see here. So, it's called Reanimator because the main game plan, you're not really Nether Goyfing or Tamiyo or Bowmasters in the main deck. You're still strictly a Reanimator deck that happens to have the allure of the tempo strategy, right? With the Daze, the Force of Wills, the Brainstorms, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's not that the deck shouldn't be called Reanimator. It's called Reanimator because its main game plan is to still do the Reanimator package, where having a bit of tempo with the Force of Will, Daze type stuff is what would make it more of a tempo show, right? Of course, when it comes to game 2 and 3, your opponent knows eventually what you're doing. So, like, Dauthi Voidwalkers come in, Bowmasters themselves come in. You may even bring in what was there? Sheoldred, possibly, if you want to go
Yeah.
that deep, right? So in the end,
Whoa, what just happened?
Boston's done and doesn't want to deal with Archon because his troll
Did
gets
he-
sacrificed to.
Did he ever reanimate? Did Conrad have
Yes,
reanimate?
he had a enemy dead in this case.
Oh, okay, and I guess Boston had no other interaction in the piece of it.
Yeah, essentially. So again,
Wow.
variants
Okay.
happen. Conrad was on the plate, bit of a strong play. He had the turn 2 troll, right? He had the Entomb for the Archon, which is just enough to get done in the mirror match, right? Balgawat didn't show up yet, but it might still be staying in the deck, right? So speaking of that, let's go to Boston actually, since he's on the play for game 2. Let's see what we got here. That's the card I was thinking about too. Barrowglyph, right?
That one's so good. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Is this
so-
commander card? Was it
Yes, it's from one of the. Is it from Ixalan Commander? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank now.
Someone knows. Where did Barrowglyph come from? We can
quick.
click on it.
Quick!
Someone type it
Let us
before we
know.
do.
Too slow. Modern Horizons 3 Commanders. Yes, it was Commander.
Well,
Nonetheless.
Modern Horizons.
Modern
That's all we
Horizons.
need to know.
Yeah.
Modern Horizons.
So, again, no, we're not playing Dark Rituals in these Reanimator decks because we're not that turbo-y type style. We're more the tempo, as we say. But we're still trying to do the Reanimator combo plan.
Yeah.
But being able to go Barrowglyph, we have Doctor Voidwalkers, we have Bowmasters themselves, having all that's in there, being able to turn into more of a tempo style deck, then we actually get to see what, again, that becomes where that skill is, right?
Mhm. And just kind of like looking at the other pieces here too, right? Both players do have some type of other graveyard hate. You know, are they going to be sideboarding out the Reanimator package per se, right? And kind of going to this other tempo-y style, or do you keep a little bit of it in?
You most likely cut some of the animate deads because again, it's more of the slower piece of the combo. You may cut some reanimates, or maybe even entomb rather itself, because if you don't want to entomb into a Dothi Voidwalker or something like that of your opponent. So that might be something that gets cut. Again, looking at the creature suite that Conrad also has in his board, I see the Barrowglyphs, the Dothi Voidwalkers, an extra Bowmasters compared to one that Boston had. There is one piece that Conrad has, which probably won't come up in this, but it is pest control. So it's really good for all those pesky one or less non-land permanents that are in play, right? So that's essentially the main thing that's probably going to be happening here is I'm thinking that some of the entombs are going to be taken out. You may even take out the Atraxa Archon, but you know Archon is so strong in the mirror match as well too, but for both sides. So again, we have Fatal Push, we have Dismembers for both sides as well too. There is one surgical for some of the graveyard hate as well too. If you are on the draw maybe, right, and you want to be able to snipe their combo piece from going off, right? So, but again, we have Sunday and we have Monday, 2 days plus today
And then we'll find out
of
what's going
playing. Yeah, exactly. Of playing with Blueback Raymer in the meta. We will see again if Wizards of the Coast does do something about it. I don't think Entomb is the problem. I don't think Reanimate's a problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Troll is starting to have a bit more of a sense of being a bigger problem because it essentially is an Entomb itself that also gets lands,
on. Yeah.
right? So,
And I find too, you know, I haven't extensively played the blue-black itself Reanimator. It just seems like it really does fuel it. You know, it comes into that other pilot.
they're just shuffling.
Or they're into, you know, you can fight over a tomb, right? You can counterspell a tomb to make sure you keep that big creature out. But just putting troll in the yard, okay, well, you can't stop that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna stifle the getting the land part.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's there no matter
Yeah,
what.
it's always going to be in the
right?
yard.
So, and then it has triple menace, right? And that's pretty hard to stop. We saw Boston, he put out his own troll, but that doesn't really matter. They can't block each other.
No.
They're just gonna stare at each other,
And just
looking all happy,
around each
looking
other,
all
go around each
trolly.
other.
going around, right?
100%.
Even though they're so big, that doesn't make any sense. Eh?
Definitely. So I think that's something that has to be accounted for. That it definitely has it has its pluses, it has its minuses. But I think Troll is, from what we've gathered from other people, other players, like on YouTube and all the community as a whole talking about it, right? They
We don't know though. I'm glad I'm
don't
not
know.
making the
The actual-
decision,
yes,
right?
I
So
agree
I
too.
think Wizard of the Coast. You know, I know they've disbanded the ban pieces within at least the commander space,
Yep.
right? I think it is a hard place to cater to the community itself, right? The community, as we know, right, especially Magic the Gathering, too, we're pretty harsh on whatever not WotC does anymore, right? They do one thing, you get in trouble. You ban the wrong card per se.
There's threats.
Doesn't fix the problem.
Yep.
We look at Hogak in Modern way back in the day. They banned, what was it? Bridge from Below, right? Thinking it would solve the problem. Didn't solve the problem. Hogak still was a fierce, annoying deck to deal with. And kind of the vintage style, right? I'm pulling from the Eternal Lord podcast, right? And what they're saying, it feels like that a lot of the explosiveness of what this deck brings. So something, but I don't know what.
No, fair enough. So, again, we have a couple of days. Let's see. Again, Boston's now was on the play this particular game, so we'll see what he can do to make it work. Conrad Wasteland's the land from Boston.
Taking me on Ponder.
Yeah,
I like
Ponder,
that.
Yeah.
Just denial of a potential draw, the resources, getting deep here.
Now Conrad gets to see. We get to see Boston's hand. Moment of truth.
What do you got here?
We troll cycling? Nope.
Just
We're brainstorming. We're gonna hide some cards.
What would be a piece that Boston would really want to hide here? Let's say hypothetically he's got one of his sideboard cards. I don't know what, but
if it's a creature that he wants to drop on turn 2 or 3, and to maybe up with a Voidwalker, maybe he wants Conrad to think he doesn't have one of those, and he's trying to just show him maybe Boston shows Conrad Reanimate and Tomb, something like that, of that variety. Maybe he even shows him a troll as well too.
Maybe 5 lands.
Or even 5. Yeah,
show him 5 lands.
Not possible. a bunch of fetches, some wasteland or something like that. So we'll see what Boston puts back.
The one swamp will definitely help Conrad. I think he's playing a 1-of.
Yeah, 1
2
swamp,
basics.
1 island. Yeah.
The 2 basics, 2 underground sewers, right? Oh my goodness. Still, I'll talk about it every day. It feels like it. Just the surveil lands. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think much of them when they came out.
I was skeptical as well, to be honest.
And boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong about that card being as good as it is today. So, Boston really thinking
he's
about
in the
this.
tank here. I'm trying to think of what he's trying to hide. Again, this is the classic. Someone thought it's easy as you brainstorm to hide something. So what's he hiding, or what's he showing us rather, is Animate Dead and Troll. As we kind of again saying, don't take my Dathi Voidwalker. It's on top of my deck. You can cycle Troll if you want, but doesn't matter because I have a Dathi Void. Let's say a Dathi or a Paragoy on top of my deck, right?
And it seems like the best play to take that, the Animate Dead, right? The Troll's going to get there no matter what.
Yep.
It's really just like, do you want Boston to shuffle his deck, I guess, right?
Yep, essentially. So we're no Dathi Voidwalker, because that would have probably been put down on the table if it was a Dathi Voidwalker. So it could be a Barrowglyph on top of the deck.
Barrowglyph goes far. It's, different card types in your graveyard,
all
All
graveyard,
graveyards.
yes.
All graveyards.
Netherglyph would be the one that's only for your
Okay,
graveyard.
Netherglyph,
Yes.
the 1-drop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
But Barrowglyph does, it's basically a Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf with Death Touch and Lifelink, and when it's
Returns a creature.
a creature
right?
from the milled card equal to the damage that it dealt in this case, right? Yeah, it's pretty
Pull it up. Dang.
pretty strong creature.
The lifelink is a nice card. Well, just the whole card's nice.
Yeah.
Modern Horizons, everyone's favorite set, brought everything to all Eternal formats.
I just realized that's like July or June of last year that this set came out. Wow,
It's a while ago. Well, they're going to release another Modern Horizons set, I bet, right? That's just a money printing machine.
Oh yeah, they have to. I mean, they've done it every 2-3 years, roughly, something like that.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Because it's, we're thinking of all these other universes, right? So they do Universe Horizons, okay?
Oh no.
So it's not just Modern Horizons, right? Because they've realized that they've already power crept the game, right? To an extent where is beyond it. They just go full board and they just say, let's print,
Make Magic insane
let's make Magic insane again.
again.
Even though it hasn't
I was
been.
going to say, has it been insane in the past? What are we talking about?
Let's just go to that point, right? And go even farther. Bikini Bottom.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Right?
Bikini Rock Bottom. maybe.
Yeah, exactly. No. They gotta try to make some money.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's a Ghost Vacuum from Boston. and a wasteland on the Undercity sewers.
Conrad, no blue mana.
Yeah. At this point, he still has a basic swamp. Okay, so there's a C.
Working on low resources, both of them.
I-
Does Conrad usually play these types of decks too? Because like I know Boston has played a lot of these types of decks, right? Like kind of like a Delver. I've seen him play the Reanimator strategies before. Does Conrad do a lot of these types of things too?
I would say he's definitely more on the. He's been playing like the Blue Black Temple, Blue Black Reanimator since Frog was kind of legal, like back when MH3 when it first got released.
Yeah.
It's been the deck that he was kind of focusing on and working on, outside of Eldrazi, and like he said on the mini interview was a couple of like Esper mid range kind of decks as well too, right? So he kept a. I mean, this is a very interesting pile of cards here.
What do you take?
Is that a what's the middle card?
Brazenboro, Murktide, 2 Force of Wills. I think I'd take. Well, do you just take?
There's no troll in your opponent's yard right now, and you can always Ghost Vacuum it. So the enemy dead's kind of in a lull because of Ghost Vacuum.
Yeah.
Anytime you try to enemy dead something, it's gonna be eaten. So it might be
Murktide?
the Murktide.
I feel like that is it. Brazenboro is kind
Just
of
looking at how many
annoying.
cards are in the yard.
It is. This is a massive table that they're playing on. I think it's like one of the Warhammer tables that it's set up at. So it's legitimately an arm's reach away for Boston to see probably Conrad's Green.
Yeah, definitely.
We could maybe get little remote control cars and
bring
bring them
the
back
text
and
around.
forth, right? Put it in a little dump truck one and control it though, because that'd be more fun.
We just mess around with their board state as they're playing, you know. Turn a creature sideways. You know?
I imagine a little plow and pushing all the dice over to them.
Just bring it over.
Bring it over. But all the people that drop can be a part of the ensemble of remote control cars to help out.
It's just
no,
insane.
it's chat that's in charge of it. They type in commands,
And it drives
and
the car.
it drives the car
God.
around the table. This is amazing.
You know what?
It's like chat plays Pokemon, chat plays Bulldozer.
I mean, if it would be a constant like casting chaos confetti, essentially. You know what I mean? Like from the unset there. You know, just moving cards around, tapping them, knock your deck over. You know what I mean?
Imagine someone's like playing a tabernacle, like English, like nice, and the guy's
just
like
roll it over with a tank or something like that.
driving and pushing it off the
Treads.
table.
Oh my god.
I feel
Treads
like
all
Chaos
over
Orb
cards.
has to be played then.
Yeah,
you have to
100%.
play
You
Chaos
have
Orb
to.
if we're doing it this
You
way.
have to. You have to. So
Boston's
Boston's
thinking
deep,
about that.
but I'm pretty sure that Murktide is the answer here. I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
I would go with Murktide because you have Ghost Vacuum. You can eat anything
Yeah.
with enemy dead.
It's
Brazen
only a
Borrower.
3/3 I get, but like, it's whatever in my opinion. Maybe you do take the Brazen Borrower then.
Well, again, your opponent only has one island right now.
Mm-hmm.
In the case of Conrad, so if Conrad does have another island stocked up or fetch land ready to go, that could change the tide to put Murktide in play. But I still think it's either Brazen Borrower or Murktide. I don't think you really care about anything else unless you want to resolve. But again, you're still not going to resolve anything because you had a Forcible
Yeah.
already.
Someone get this guy a chess clock.
I'd go for Murktide. That's just me. I would call it a day. Go for Murktide. But
Ghost
we're going for
Brazen
Brazen
Borrower.
Borrower.
Not what I would have expected.
Yep.
But hey, that's why I'm here.
And that's why Boston is a top player.
That's it.
See what happens here.
Does he just draw troll?
Yep.
I
Wow.
love it. That's great.
I mean, he's
And-
so he can play the land, but Ghost Vacuum's still in play.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to. And we're eating it now. Oh yeah, okay. Response to the swamp. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, or not. You
So-
could because again, if a troll is in the yard right now.
Yeah.
It's just
So
you
technically,
eat the
trolls
troll.
in the yard.
Oh, right, and it goes under the vacuum as well.
Ooh, maybe he gets a troll. You know, a copy. He's
I mean,
gonna activate
it would be it'd be a 1/1 with menace.
That's good. Triple menace.
Triple menace. Sorry, triple menace.
Right. Everyone
Super menace.
remember. That sounds so bad on a 1/1.
Yeah, I know, right?
Triple
What?
menace.
I can't block with my 5/5 into your 1/1.
Yeah. All you need is that artifact that makes the opponent's life total like 1 or something like that, or half of what it is minus 1. What is that?
Oh man.
It's like a needle or something like that, isn't it? It's like a commander card or something.
You should know that.
Trepanation something. Someone in chat. What's that? You hit them with it. It's equipment, and
an
it's like
equipment.
Is it an equipment? I think it's an equipment.
Well, I was thinking of just like Master of Cruelties or the new guy that when it hits you, you lose half your life rounded up.
Yeah, there's also a commander that does that.
Oh, there's a commander card does it too.
Let's just get Tricks of Decaphobia in here and get
Yeah,
the Tree of
let's do that.
Perdition, nonsense going on.
Tree of Perdition, yeah. Switch your life total around.
Yeah, start having fun.
I'm surprised we still haven't seen a Barrowglyph, Dottie Voidwalker, or Bowmasters yet.
It's been a lot of a lot slower of a game.
Yeah.
Right, compared to both of them, just like here's a troll, attack you, and
Always
we're
having
done.
an answer. Like,
Yeah.
Again, well, sorry. Now there's answers. Ghost Vacuum, Dottie of their own.
Force of Will potentially. What is he eating? Just starting to
Eating
eat
a
up
ponder.
all the.
I mean, I would use
Instant
the Brazen
Source.
Borrower. Oh yeah, Instant Search, right? Because the Murktide.
Murktide's in there.
Yep. Good catch.
Boston always counted. Another Thoughtseize. Wow, honestly, Conrad's top decks have been pretty good.
Yep.
He went from Troll to. I honestly
is
thought
that
that was
double
a full deck.
Murktide and a Surgical. So we did bring in all those cards. Double Murktide and a Surgical.
Ooh, Murktide feels
Um,
pretty good right now for Boston. What does?
So
Conrad-
that is why Boston took the Brazen Borrower,
Yeah, to
because
bounce it.
bouncing of the Murktide would really be detrimental to the yard, because then you're losing a whole bunch of instant sorceries as well too.
Do you let him keep both Murktides and just take the Surgical, even though, well, Ghost Vacuum's kind of already playing that role itself?
Yeah, exactly.
With the potential of getting around one compared to two. Boston is holding that in case Ghost Vacuum is down eventually. So pretty good game so far. Thanks for everybody who's tuning in right now. Enter the Battlefield. This is our Legacy 5K premier event in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, North America, the world. This is quite a spike. That's probably it. I remember it's like some type of spike item.
Oh, cool.
But I
Cuatus Spike?
want to say yes.
Cuatus- yeah,
I
that's
believe.
what-
I
that's what-
believe. I
that's what
believe in the
Chat's-
chat.
That's what
Chat's
Chat's
always
saying.
right.
Yeah,
Chat's always right.
always right.
So
Are we animating a Murktide? Animated Murktide right now? That's
or
all I
is
see
it
in the
a
yard.
brazen boar? It's a brazen boar.
Oh, so he thought he's the Murktide. Now he's
maybe
now he's tempting.
Boston's,
Conrad is tempting Boston with to
Wait.
Surgical his own Murktide.
which would then take. Would that take his own Murktide too?
Yep, out of his.
Oh
no,
my
because
goodness.
because actually Boston can choose how many cards get exiled with Surgical.
So, out of his deck or even hand.
Hand as well too. Yeah, hand
So
graveyard.
he can
everything
choose
like that.
not to.
Yep.
For any number of cards. So he can choose none.
So in this case, he's Surgical to just the one.
Okay.
Yep.
And then give a
he
shuffle.
has to shuffle to pretend.
Then that player shuffles. That does fuel Boston with another instance of sorcery in the graveyard. So I feel like Boston goes for it here. Just play the Murktide on his turn.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to. I mean, there's only two more Brazen Borrowers in the deck list from Conrad as well too.
Wait,
One's
when
already
did the
gone.
3 of Sweet start?
3 of Brazen Borrowers.
Yeah.
I think because again, lay down in the void.
So much graveyard.
Dottie
I guess.
Voidwalker, mirror, stuff
Oh
like
wow!
that,
What a
right?
top deck.
You have
There it
to
is.
you have to be able to answer any of those hateful permanents. Also, it's kind of a tempo-y kind of card, so I could see where that tempo aspect comes from because you're getting rid of something. Again, bouncing a troll in the mirror match as well too is also good, right? Sure, give them another land, let them burn another reanimate.
Yeah.
Right. So now here's Dottie Voidwalker from Boston's side, right? This just in, news report, Conrad has always been heavy on Brazen Borrowers.
He
Right,
wished to play 6 today.
Actually, I mean, he
But we told
basically
him he's
is.
not allowed.
This just in.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, man. And we're going to... Oh, sorry, I thought we were continuing.
Yes.
No, he's eating with Dottie Voidwalker. Or no, what? Sorry, we had a news update. We had to... Oh, okay, we're...
So he's exiling it with Ghost Vacuum, but the
And-
replacement effect is
No, it shouldn't be like that.
because it's already in the graveyard.
Yeah, so it
that's
must
right.
be something else then. I'm not sure what's...
Why does it have 20 minutes in the round is left for round 6 that we have here. Both these players are 4 and 1.
Let me confirm that, because I thought Oh no, they're both 3-2.
Oh,
We made them.
so
Sorry, guys.
Breaking
Sorry,
news
Chad.
again.
Breaking
Breaking
news.
news. This news is more real than the last news. Breaking news. They are 3-2. So whoever loses is kind of out.
Yeah. So this
Right.
is again, like we said, this is that. Now it makes more sense why this is the in for the win and in, essentially.
In.
Just like In-N-Out Burger, right? You know.
It's In-N-Out. We don't have In-N-Out in
We do
Canada,
not.
do we?
We do not.
Is In-N-Out that good?
Moment of truth, chat. If you're,
I've never had it, so I
I've
don't
never
know.
had it. I will say, just a quick side note while we're watching Dr. Boyd Walkers do stuff over here. I will say the best burger I've had in Canada so far has to be Burger's Priest.
Okay, this is the crazy thing. I was just thinking Burger Priest in my head too.
Really, eh?
I was like Burger
You're-
Priest.
you're-
Honestly,
you're
I was
waiting for
literally
me to say
thinking
it, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like, in my head, I was like, where is the best place? And the first place that came to mind, Burger Priest. as well.
Honestly,
That's
we've
wild.
I've tried Shake Shack just came here recently. What else? There's we had Five Guys, Hero, all the other like places that are out there. But
Yeah.
honestly, for the price, for the flavor, for everything, Burger's Priest. I don't know what they do and how they do it, but every burger I've had at Burger's Priest, especially if you get the grilled cheese buns. Woo, woo.
I have only had it once.
Oh man, it's so bad. It's so bad and so good for you.
So great for the
so bad
calorie.
for you. Exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, 100%. So, and you have to get the one with the double cheese bacon, and you got to get the option, which is a mushroom cap stuffed cheese thing.
What?
Oh man, so good.
Okay, I've not gotten this. Though
So
they,
good.
they just came out with not Burger Place, but what's the chicken place? They just came. Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
Have you had it here?
I have had it here. Is it
Okay.
different in the States?
Supposedly it's better in the States.
Man, it's good here. If it's better in the States, I can only imagine. 'Cause it's good here.
I will fight you on that a little bit.
Okay,
In a
I
good
wanna hear
way.
it.
I will say Mary Brown's chicken.
Never had Mary Brown,
Oh,
so that's the thing.
you're missing out.
I got nothing. I got
You're
nothing.
missing out. Mary Brown's fried chicken every Monday. This is why I'm the size I am. I get 2 sandwiches every Monday because right now it's only $5 a sandwich, and it is so good,
Oh my
so
goodness.
filling. The spice is amazing.
Mary
Yeah,
Brown.
you have to go with
Mondays.
Mary Brown chicken. Yeah,
Mary
it
Brown
is
Mondays.
good. MBM every Monday.
Okay.
It's
okay.
pretty good.
I
But
got
again, that's
that.
just the sandwich. But they have again their usual chicken, all that kind of stuff, right? You know, so.
Did he draw?
I think he reanimated a Dothy Void Walker here, and now we're Murktiding for Summon Valley. Oh no, we're animated a Murktide, sorry.
And he
here
did
we're talking about
bounce
chicken too
something with. Yeah, I know. Here we are talking about food. Maybe that's where our heads
Yeah,
at.
we're just like,
maybe we
oh,
want
we need some
food.
chicken.
Yeah, or something, right? We're pretty in an industrial area here, right? There's
Yeah,
no
it's
ton,
not
so-
not too many things laying around here.
Yeah, he did bounce one of the Dothy Void Walkers. Yeah, I think he's dead.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
like,
he
yeah, the
was.
board's a
It's
little
not
out
much
of
to
whack
do.
here. We're going to game 3.
He's gonna make a 1-1 triple menace eventually. So, who knows? Time is up.
Time is of the
Time
essence.
is now.
Right.
All right,
So, but back to chicken for a second. Yeah,
let's hear it.
Mary Brown's chicken. Are you a spicy guy?
I'd like to say I am, but ketchup is spicy for me.
Okay, so
If that says anything.
they have mild, and
Okay.
you'll enjoy it no matter what. You'll enjoy
I
it.
do enjoy some spice.
Okay,
I'm just
fair.
a bit of a chicken man. I'm
Yeah.
a chicken. You know, my
Love it,
roommates
love it.
always laughed at me about that, so it was good. I enjoy it.
Okay,
Not
fair
good
enough.
with it though.
Not good with spice. Okay, fair enough. All
But
good.
I like it.
But yeah, so I will say even Mary Brown's regular chicken is pretty good.
It's
Very
good.
too. Yes, 100%.
I've seen it.
So-
I've seen it around. I've just been like,
It's good.
never gone.
I recommend
There
it
we go.
highly. Highly recommend it. Right.
Okay,
So,
I'll put this on the list. I
But
gotta put this on the list.
there's definitely no chicken cards in this blue black red mirror match here.
No.
So Conrad is back on the play though.
Big piece. I feel like it matters so much within this type of
Yeah,
match too,
100%.
right? Like being on the play or draw, and with the caliber of players too. I feel like that does take it a little bit to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, I think the board state, or the sideboard rather, is pretty strong for both players. Again, Marigoids, Dothy Void Walkers. You could bring in the Fatal Push if you. Again, now you saw Conrad saw Boston have Dothy Void Walker, which you should have assumed was there. You should be able to discern. You know what? I'm going to bring in Fatal Push. I'm going to bring in Dismember because you want to be able to kill those Dothy Void Walkers as well too.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe cutting some of the fatter part of the reanimation deck, right? Like the Atraxa, the Archon, that kind of stuff. Maybe the Valgoth may even come out. To be honest, it probably did. Even though
Yeah.
it's good in the mirror, it's not good. It's still not amazing to again Entomb, your reanimate gets countered, and they reanimate your Vagabond. Then you're really in the dirt, right?
Yeah, you're
So
right.
that probably gets taken out, which again, Gothies, Barrel Goyfs, Fatal Push, that kind of stuff, right? More of that creature beatdown. And going back to Boston, it's going to be the same. They both have surgical extraction for the turn 0 shenanigans that go on. We did see Ghost Vacuum from Boston there, which
It seemed to do a bit of work, right?
Yeah,
It
definitely.
kind of stunted Conrad a bit of the reanimation spell that he had. Now, Boston also did have the surgical as a backup in case, too.
Yep.
It seemed to put in the work.
no, it
And making a
100%
1-1
did.
triple menace was always a threat.
100% it did. Again, that was again just being able to like spot, take a card out of the graveyard is pretty important.
And choose. That's the big thing,
Yeah,
too,
choosing
right?
too.
Being able to choose and,
Yes.
compared to a Relic of Progenitus, which is
You have to
whatever
crack the
they
whole
choose.
graveyard or something like that, right? But other than that, again, this really comes down to the caliber of player, I think, right? They're both strong players. They played against each other multiple times. Again, bigger stakes. This is the win, in, right? You know,
Win.
win. So they have to do. They have to work pretty hard to get to this win.
Yeah, win this, win the next as well, and then probably win the next, right? There's no
They
on.
probably have to win. Yeah, they probably have to win both of the games here at this point.
Yeah,
right?
not just the one.
Yeah, 100%. So let's see what happens here. Conrad's on the play.
I feel like it's really important to keep 7 in this matchup because of the wastelands.
Yeah, Wasteland especially, even though it's not so much like of a big deal, but it definitely again you're not too mana hungry, but you want your mana to be available. You don't want to lose mana.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to play a Wasteland and crack it. That example. Here's our Wasteland here. Being able to tap it for a Swamp Cycle is pretty solid.
Yeah.
So let's see what Boston's got. Now he's under the gun of, do I play a fetch land? Do I play a basic? A Wasteland? What are we doing here? All right.
Yeah, playing
We're
just a
fetching.
Wasteland Go really doesn't it just showcase Troll here? It's
No.
gotta just showcase Troll.
There's
Ghost
the Ghost
Vacuum
Vacuum.
first.
I'm going to say off of a Swamp, but we'll see what Boston decides to get. Nope, we're going for the Island. Most likely has like a Ponder or a Brainstorm in the hand. Actually, do we see Ponders in any of these decks? We do, right?
I think
Yeah,
so,
there is Ponder.
4 of them.
Okay, yep. Just checking.
Force of Willing
On the Ghost.
Vacuum?
I think,
Whoa.
from what I'm gathering, to me that means Conrad has an explosive reanimation hand.
Is he gonna just try to troll
Here it is.
and reanimate?
I mean, Boston has to have the surgical in hand, or it's going to be quite
Or Force of Will?
or forcible of his own. Not wrong either. So we're going to see here. And now he's got the dual land, which is no problem. Underground Sea.
Yeah, and this is where I feel like Troll's just so good, right? It gets you that color off
Yep.
of a wasteland, right?
Oh, Brainstorm.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and then it can help get him to where he needs to, right? So it puts that creature in for the threat that we just mentioned before.
Yep.
Where, okay, you had to have had black mana to do an Entomb play.
Yep. Now he does. But so now this is interesting because Conrad in this case, didn't just reanimate, so he had to dig for something additional. I wonder if he has another troll in hand to shuffle, because now it's going to be kind of awkward if he can't shuffle. And Boston knows now that he's
Brainstorm lock, maybe, I don't know.
could be that, and also reliant on this Underground Sea because it is his only color, where Boston still is able to keep the island. So hopefully Boston doesn't have a wasteland to get rid of that sea.
Yeah, it'd be pretty devastating. We kind of saw Conrad as well stumble a bit on one land. I think it was, I don't know, was it just a swamp or an island? I can't remember game 2. He had,
I think it was swamp. It was basic swamp.
yeah, just a swamp for a little bit, and then he was, starting to get another land, I should say. These guys operate pretty low land count.
Yep.
Got a Ponder from Boston here. Are you trying to look for interaction?
I think
Removal?
you want to progress your game plan. We didn't shuffle, so those 3 cards, one for sure is not bad, but now the other 2, there's the wasteland we were talking about. Yep. Now this is looking. I mean, looks a little grim. Okay. Got a swamp, so that's not bad, but it's still not amazing. Boston's drawing 2 of the cards from the Ponder so far, so this is it's good for him.
Conrad still hasn't shuffled from that brainstorm earlier.
He has
too,
not,
right?
so he might have been a bit locked, or at least he has the basic swamp.
What's better, one basic island or one basic swamp?
I think if you're digging for pieces, you want the blue because you can brainstorm and ponder, and you can always shuffle with the troll. Swamp really only does 2 things: Entomb or reanimate. Again, there's a wasteland, so you can always animate dead, but I'm not sure how many are in the deck. Boston is troll cycling, so now he's going to go basic swamp. And this looks like a turn that, if I'm not mistaken, Boston is going to reanimate the troll himself. But we will see.
It's keeping on basics. I think both just have two basics each,
one
right?
of each.
One of each, right? So.
Yeah, it's a classic.
And there it is. There's your animate.
Moment of truth. Does Conrad have an answer in the form of a surgical?
Says okay.
He said it. Yeah.
Okay.
This could be. I mean, again, these.
I said draw pass. Yeah. He does not look happy. Probably stuck on something, right? Either it's he's just saying, lose your life. Boston's got to feel pretty okay here.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
Definitely stressful because again, the deck is very tight and it wants to do one thing. If it can't do that one thing, it just kind of sits there and does nothing here. But if there was an advantage bar right now, it would have went back and forth so fast.
It's like chess here, right?
Yeah, it was back and forth, back and
+2
forth.
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, now so Boston has kept every card from his ponders. He hasn't shuffled a single one in this game. He's kept every card and drawn every card. So every card he's wanted, and he's used them accordingly. Now we're going to animate. Oh, and a Dothy Voidwalker, yeah.
Anything that
This might be the end. I mean, I know he still has 2 turns to do stuff, but
gets the blue mana now.
So the only thing I can think of is this is going to turn into a Brazen Borrower, bouncing the Troll possibly.
Seems like the best play that he may have, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to ponder, most likely.
Oh, man.
Yep, here we go.
Geez.
He's digging.
This looks rough. Troll is a 6'5", I
Yep.
think it is. So
Yep.
679 he's going to hit him for. He's not able to.
So he's still, Conrad's still alive, but it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah. And he can't block either of them. Shadow and triple menace.
Yep. Exactly.
Well,
yeah, this
what do you
is,
even look for?
I think you're you're too far behind now.
You would have to pray that you can. Well, you have to get rid of the Dothy somehow to pray you can reanimate. If you even have any of your big creatures left, right? Like it would have to be. You'd have to get rid of Dothy and get Archon. Is that like the only thing?
I see. That's why I'm not even sure if Archon's in the main.
Yeah, because it could be taken out, I guess, right?
Yeah, it might be. It might be gone. It might still be there. I think this is definitely
Might be lights out.
looking a little close. Yeah.
Passes. It looks kind of defeated.
So Conrad will be at 3.
Well, we'll see what Boston does here.
The only option, even at this point,
Nazis. Show me your hand. What's he got? Oh, he does. He does have an Atraxa and he does have an Archon.
Wow.
So he did keep the package together.
Yeah, it's in there. Take the Archon, reanimate your Archon, deal 3 damage to you. You're dead.
Yeah.
Oh no, it goes to the. Okay, so if Dothy is tapped.
Oh yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
If he would have thought seized before, he could have cast the Archon for free.
Well, he's almost
but
dead no matter what.
He is dead no matter what. Anyway, so that,
upkeep, right? Upkeep, do it.
Yeah,
ability.
Yeah. Reanimates.
He's going to go out on his own terms.
Yep, on his own terms. What the? He's gonna doesn't want him to die.
Yeah, he doesn't want him to kill himself.
Oh my god!
He doesn't want him to
he's
kill
like,
himself.
No, I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
god.
gonna kill you with Dothy instead.
Man.
Oh,
what a guy! What a guy!
Wow.
I mean, you know what? It came down to again. Conrad was on the plate that game, and he's still. We'll keep it there for a second while they're DC. We can kind of see what their mentality was on that. But I mean, it came down to the variance. Came down to the skill of the players.
Yeah.
Right. Know what I mean?
It was a good game, I have to say.
Yep.
You know, Boston, as you know, that game just by a bit, right?
Yep.
Did a lot of thinking.
Dothy Voidwalker did definitely help out there in that game.
MVP.
And
Ghost Vacuum too.
Well, Ghost Vacuum ate a Force of Will, so yeah.
Yep.
Right. It stopped the future reanimates, animate dead. There's something else that Boston did there, but nonetheless, I mean, once those are like once they're in play, you're basically it's lights out. Troll is really hard to beat. So you know what? Troll might be the option to,
Yeah.
to hit the bin.
That's where my head's at.
Yeah.
People are within our community, right? Just our local one, or the greater community for Legacy as well. And there's some similar sentiments. There's some different ones too, right? Like saying Entomb is that piece.
Yeah.
I'm not there with Entomb personally, but
Yeah, I'm not. I mean,
that's me. That's me.
No, I'm starting to come around to it that it's not. It may not be the absolute problem. It's a problem, but it's not the enabler these days. Troll is just way too strong.
Yeah.
Right? Troll, like again, you basically have 8 Entombs in your deck now, and it's really hard to deal with. Sure, if everyone keeps playing Froze the Plowshares or Leyland Binding or any kind of bite removal and stuff like that, then okay, that could that would help. But again, the meta is also too fast for that. So unless we were playing the white control, that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So, but that was round 6.
6. We have one more round. We'll probably try to get a play in, I'd say, right, Dave?
Yeah, the win. Yes, an actual win.
Yeah, a win in for round 7.
Yep.
And then there'll probably be a larger break, is my guess, between top 8, depending on where the players are at.
Mm-hmm.
My assumption is there are points on the line because this is a league that we are doing too for Legacy of the North. A big partner within Enter the Battlefield who is hosting the event here, right? All the players are playing for points. Boston, and Conrad, are part of that. They both won. Dave alluded to that earlier as well. We'll see kind of where it goes from here. I bet they'll split top 4 and probably play a top 8. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I could see that. That's
7
possible.
rounds of Magic is
7
a lot of
rounds
Magic.
plus top 8, right? You know what I mean? So
Well, see ya.
yeah, we're gonna have a special guest.
I don't want him.
So on that note,
In 4 minutes, we will be back for an interview with I almost call him a great guy. A great guy.
almost a great guy.
A great guy who's playing in the tournament. I don't know what his record is.
We could probably double check,
He
but
crushed me on Wednesday. I have nothing
there
to
you go.
say.
You have nothing to say.
Nothing to say but mean things. No, I'm kidding. And we'll go from there. So in about 4 minutes, everybody, we'll be back. We'll be back for a little bit of an interview, and then round 7 of our Enter the Battlefield Premier Legacy event. My name's Will,
My name's David.
and we will see you in 4 minutes.
See you.